and bears. Oh my, I come from that jungle where the ice won't light. It's cold outside. It's like you won't let it burn. You think it's all good cause he says Kwam Yasha Allah. And you think it's all good cause they get praised to higher. But they liars. If they lie, laughing, look they face looking like David in the bathroom. Boo-booing like Devin. Threatened. They know they feel threatened. Cut you off like NASCAR. Anything not to lose their position. This can't be Hebrewism. Cause I ain't come for schisms. I ain't come for positions. I just wanted baptism. Not all the people lame. Really, most of them cool. But see, when they leader comes around, they be acting like he do. Two new Hebrews and Shebrews. I say chill. I say chill. See, I struggle like you struggle. So yeah, I know. Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my! I come from that jungle where the eyes don't lie. They say they your partner, but when you start following loud, they turn Phantom of the Opera. It means you see their masks now. They see you practice what you preach. They don't know how to act. You make changes in your life, but you don't be judging. But you firm in your conviction, so you don't be budging. You ain't hating on nothing, but you put down the lust in it, and you see yourself as royalty. So you ain't with the cussing. Y'all make plans in the end. Your partner's nowhere around, but your yes is no, your no. So you go hold it down. You try to correct your partner, cause they slacking slows you down. Now they pissy and they feeling saying you act holier than thou. The father try to tell us unevenly yoked, and your partnership is done. All we need is a foe. Now they acting like a mark, like they never was real. Make you wanna relapse, but read Psalms, cause David and
relapse makes you wanna read Psalms. Hey.
Okay, let's get these scriptures. 1 Peter 4, starting at verse 12. Yeah, because Christ.
True state of being. I am your humble servant, and for tonight, I am Kyle. And my butt of a calm is artist 28, and I got Young and Bellis on. All of them are going to bed. Yes, it is a late night session for us, but thankful that the Most High has allowed us to come through. As you read, the title of the lesson is Overcoming the Trials. In this day and hour, there are so many trials that I can point to nationally, locally, internationally. But the ones that affect us the most are the ones that are closest to us. Bills, family, all of these different things that, one second. Do this. All the things that give us true tribulation in our day-to-day. Understanding those trials and tribulations of our day-to-day is a lot harder. We can point to the prophecies and speak about Gog and Magog, Ezekiel 37 and 38 in reference to this Russia conflict. We can speak to all of the BRICS nations and use the Isaiah, daughter of Babylon scriptures to point out these prophecies and these things that are happening in this hour. But it's different when it comes to personal relationships business, job, where does that fit in the prophecies, right? Where does that fit in how to handle these day-to-day demons that we fight, these spirits that we fight? You like to call them attitudes. You like to call them emotions. I call them spirits. It is much harder to be calm when you have someone that is directly challenging you, trying to hold you back, or someone that you need to step up but has fear and doesn't have vision, or whatever your particular conundrum may be. Where is that in scripture? How does that fall into the global prophecies? I, for one, in dealing with business and build, I often ask the question, I understand prophecies, Father, but these challenges in my life, when are you going to let these prophecies come so that some of these problems can be lifted out of my life, so that the righteous way that I'm living and others are living will start to shine through, will start to be at the forefront of this wicked world. So you have your trials and tribulations of your personal life, and you're connecting it to this global prophecies, and we're understanding, oh, we are the Hebrews, we're understanding all of these lies that have been put forth. And yeah, but how does that make me deal with my mom? How does that make me deal with my dad? How does that make me deal with a rebellious child? I see Judy in the building. How does that make me move my boss? How does that make me move my employees? How does these very real trials and tribulations that directly attribute to my bottom line, how, when they aren't believers, when the people that I'm getting these trials and tribulations from can't understand righteousness from the perspective that we do from our reading and our scholarship? It's quite the conundrum. So tonight I'm offering to you a couple of scriptures. I pray that these scriptures help you as I'm praying that they help me, as I'm having the same trials and tribulations that you are. And no matter how much the world is talking about the Trump assassination part two, no matter how much they want to talk about football, no matter how much they want to try and celebrate, the second line for Frankie Beverly today, these things that we are trying to normalize our lives as we're going through these trials and tribulations, as these looming prophecies in the Most High's hands are behind us. I'm offering these scriptures to give you a shield, a dagger, a peace, a comfort in these very confusing and tumultuous times. I see my cousin Mike has made it in the building, because they'll tell you there's one answer, and that's the Most High. Yes, yes, yes. The Most High is the answer, but we want to get a little more direct. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 12, verse 25. And it reads, if there is anxiety in a man's mind, let him quash it. I start our scriptures because that's what comes from our trials and tribulations. In the midst of our trials and tribulations, we have anxieties that exacerbate, enlarge them, make us feel vulnerable, that there is no catching it. There is nothing to that's covering us or is safety for us. The Most High asks us to quash that. The first place we got to start with dealing with our trials and tribulations and whatever your particular problems are in your life is starting with quashing your anxieties, looking at your situation, looking at what you are dealing with in a calm manner. They say stepping away from it, right? Well, when it's directly in your face, it's hard to step away, right? Because you have to deal with, or you need that 50 feet, right? You need somebody to give you some space. Well, for that, the Most High asks us to trust in Him and to breathe. But once we get away, those anxieties that multiply our emotions, the Most High wants us to start by squashing that. That's nothing but in your mind. It's not the reality of your situation. And it reads, continuing in the same verse 25, and turn it into joy with good word. This is not sometimes, this is majority of the time we don't understand this power. We talk about it, everybody scream about it in the church. You got power in the tongue, power in the tongue. The world wants us to double down on our anxieties in the midst of our problems. The Most High wants us to with our own words, with our own lips, to turn those anxieties, to squash them, and then speak positive. Positive is the if-then. You're dealing with a two-part statement. You can't just quash the anxiety and then not speak positive. Because the anxiety is where you speak about how bad it is. The anxiety is where you hype yourself up. You gotta get ready for war. You gotta get ready for. You gotta protect yourself. People know who you are. They gotta hear your words. The Most High says, if you gotta speak words, speak positive and speak positive. It's again tonight. It's about overcoming trials. And now Proverbs chapter 12, verse 25 gives us a direct thing to do, not a philosophy, not a pat on the back and inspirational words. No, it says, do this. Do you trust it to do it, to try it, to test the Most High's word, to test him and say, okay, you said that when it comes at me, breathe. When I get away, quash my anxiety and speak good about the scenario. Speak resolution, speak salvation, speak victory. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 17. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 27, and it reads, a knowledgeable man is sparring with his words. Sparing with his words. I see my brother Elan is in the building. It says a knowledgeable man is sparing with his words. A man of understanding is, I would say reluctant, but it says reticent. So it tells you to squash your anxiety. Yes, you have a problem. Yes, we have a trial. Yes, it's a tribulation, but quash the anxiety about it. We're not saying act like there isn't a problem. We're not saying act like you don't have to speak your truth. He says, but be clear on what your truth is. Do not add anxieties. Do not add hyperboles to it. Then he says to speak positive into it. And then now in Proverbs 17, verse 27, he says a knowledgeable man, that's the knowledge. A knowledgeable man understands what is to be done to quash it, to speak positive. So you're in a negative scenario. There probably isn't a whole lot of positive to say. So your words are sparing. Your words are, it's going to be all right. Not, oh, we got this. Ain't nothing to it. I'm bad. You're a bad B. No, it's we will overcome this. It is the positive speak. It is not the hype. It is not the machismo. It is not the. It is speaking with you of a victory. This is how you deal or how you overcome trials and tribulations. You quash the anxiety. You speak positive into it. And as a knowledgeable person that have tested these words and know the Most High is there, a knowledgeable man is sparing with his words. And a man of understanding is reticent or reluctant to give information. We'll go to verse 28. It says, even a fool, if he keeps silent, is deemed wise. Even a fool, if he keeps silent, is deemed wise. Intelligent, if he seals his lips. So, to be in our trials and tribulations and overtalk it, have anxieties within it, is counterproductive in the spiritual world, in the world of the Most High. That is counterproductive to splatter. Now, I did this counterproductive thing today. I got a ticket for something for a seatbelt. And I pray a prayer every day for the Most High to not let me be visible to law enforcement. And today I was visible. Do I take that as the Most High is not hearing my prayers? No. I should say he's trying to teach me something and tell me something. I did not get that today. I did not do that. I'm giving you the word and I'm giving you my vulnerability. I'm telling you, but still in this same day before the nightfall, I went unto the Most High and understood my error. The question is, how many of you do the same? Because if we want to get to this nation, if we want to get to people with like minds and like understanding, then we have to start handling our problems in the same way, and then we'll start recognizing each other in that. I gave the police officer some information, that he could care less about, I'm sure. Reference to overseers and history of this city and the part he's playing with the law enforcement as being an overseer. None of that matters because I'm still going to have to pay the fine. Did I exacerbate it? Probably, but because I had the mercy of the Most High, it didn't go any further. Understanding your errors is the first place in becoming better and becoming what the Most High needs us in order for us to be victorious in the future. I see paparazzi in the building. See, trials and tribulations are to make us better. If a trial and tribulation happens, if the Most High allows the law enforcement to see me, at that moment I may not understand it, but I'm supposed to understand one thing, that the Most High is there in all things. He's there in all things. And to keep my mouth shut if I don't know what that thing is. As you should. Keep your mouth shut. Not exacerbate your problems in your own mind, in your own spirit. Give it to the Most High. Speak positive about conquering your trial and tribulation. And then let the work be done. That's a knowledgeable man. That's a knowledgeable daughter of Zion, a woman that understands when it's time to curb your tongue. It's not easy in our community. This is not something that our community gets with ease in any form of fashion. Boys, girls, men, elderly, you name it. Let's go to Exodus 14:14. Exodus chapter 14, verse 14. And it reads, the Most High will battle for you. You hold your peace. Doubling down on the aspect of sparring words, little words. But if they're going to be spoken, speak of victory. Exodus 14:14. Know that the Most High is fighting for you. Let's go to Psalms 34. Psalms 34, verse 19. And it reads, the Most High is close to the brokenhearted. Those crushed in spirit, he delivers. He makes a point in the scripture to let us know that when you're at your lowest, when you're at your angriest, when you're at your most dis-ease, that he's there. That's the place he's first. Before he hears your prayers with victory, he hears your prayers when you're in need the most. He says, those crushed in spirit, he delivers. Though the misfortunes of the righteous be many, the Most High will save him from them all. It doesn't say some. It doesn't say a partial. It doesn't say only the ones that this no ifs. All. In this hour when we are all feeling the tension, the angst, the brokenheartedness, the crushed of spirit, we must know that the Most High is there and he sees and hears us. And in these moments, we need to be the most Christ-like. What I mean by Christ, anointed. We need to act the most anointed we can in the times of trials and tribulation. That's the fashioning. In our trials and tribulations, if we can start to try and be mindful, conscious that I need to be anointed as I can be right now. I need to try and exude the oil of the Most High right now. I need to show my crown. If I ain't shown it all the time, I need to show it right now. The problem for me is that most of the time when the Most High wants you to show that crown, he needs you to be meek. He needs you to be meek, humble. Because he's fighting. And he wants people to see that humble people win. The more that we see people of humility win, the more people will try it. The more they will try to put that coat on, try and see if that crown can fit their head. So these trials and tribulations that's personally in our life that doesn't seem to fit the prophecies that are looming over this world, it is because he's fashioning us to have these crowns. He's fashioning us in our personal lives so that when it is time for the light to be shown on us, we can lead. And as it says here, the leading won't be by many words. It'll be by sparing words. Because he's going to put the work in. The Most High is close to the brokenhearted, those crushed in spirit, he delivers. Though the misfortunes of the righteous be, the Most High will save him from them all. Let's go to Psalms 126. Psalms 126, verse 5. And it reads, they who sow in tears shall reap with songs of joy. The tears are seeming to be inevitable. That means the trials and tribulations are inevitable. That means the Most High's attempt to fashion you into His is inevitable. It's happening. It's present. The only question in this is not, is the Most High there? It's not, is He having His hand in it? It's none of those are the questions. The only question is how you are going to accept His hand. How are you going to accept these trials and tribulations? And ultimately, how are you going to overcome them? The humility that's needed, I am still grasping for, to understand the evil of this world and the lies of this world, the myriad of lies of this world. The hypocrisies that are so prevalent when you are reading His word. Is hard for me to quail that spirit, that fire in me to go against injustice, to hate iniquity as the Most High does. I'm reminding you and me that He hates it even more. I'm reminding you and me that as much as we are in this trial and tribulation, as much as we hate the noose that's on our neck, as much as we hate the vice grips upon our balls, as much as we are at odds with this world, He hates this world more than us. He hates what this world does more than we do. We have to let Him win these battles for us, to take some of the weight off of our shoulders. Trusting in Him is taking the weight off of your shoulders. Trusting that He has His hand in it, whether He is making it happen by bringing upon these trials and tribulations to fashion you, or is it your own iniquity that have gotten you into a scenario, or whether you are, as David says in Psalms 35, his enemies compass him for nothing, for no reason that he's done to them, that when they were sick, He put on sackcloth, and for the good that He's given them, they have returned evil unto Him. Psalms 35. If you are in any of those scenarios, the Most High is there present, no matter which one. And how you win in either way is the same. Less words, speak positive, be humble in the situation. Know that this is all happening for a reason. And that lion that's in you will get a chance to roar, but at the Most High's command, not at your flesh command. You will roar, my lions, but at the Most High's command, not at your flesh's command. Psalms 126, verse 5 again. They who sow in tears shall reap with songs of joy. Though he goes along weeping, carrying the seed bag, he shall come back with songs of joy, carrying his sheaves. So it's saying, as you're going through your trials and tribulation, you are sowing seeds. Did you catch that in that? Verse 6 of Psalms 126, it says, though he goes along weeping, carrying the seed bag. Your trials and tribulations are fashioning you, and as you are being fashioned in the Most High, you're sowing the seed that the Most High is going to baraka you with, bless you with, for lack of a better word. But baraka is the word we want to use. It's the Hebraic word for his glory shining upon you. The gifts from Shemite. So as you're going through, as we are going through these trials and tribulations and keeping our mouths shut, that's sowing a seed. Keeping your mouth shut is sowing a seed. He says, after you go through joys of singing joy, and then, as it says, carrying the sheaves, that's the wheat from the seeds that you sown, the victories that you spoke of positively, sparingly, in the midst of all the drama coming at you. But it all has to be righteous. Your approach to the scenario and the situation is, though I'm angry and I want to exact vengeance, or I want people to feel me, so I'm going to do certain things so people can feel the pain that they're giving me, or the anger that they're making me feel, or the angst, the anxiety that they're giving me. I want them to share in it so they can know. That's not being the righteous part. That's I haven't read that yet in the scriptures, that's part of his righteous dealings. That we ought to make the others feel what we feel. No. We are to have the victory. We are to do as the Most High says, follow his laws, statutes, and commandments, and get the victory. Now, how that plays out to them is not our business. How we stand on the business of righteousness and on his law, if that's good for them or not, matters not to us. Whether I stop you from coming at me, screaming at me, or telling me that I'm wrong when I'm standing on the law, as I stand and I'm not moved, and I'm not giving you a lot of words. I'm standing on that law. I'm standing on what I know is righteous. I'm not going to back down on that and tell you that you're right. I'm going to try and bring a positive spin to it. Try to bring a togetherness on how we can move forward in a righteous way. But I'm not going to deny the righteousness that I'm standing on. If that's something that they don't want to hear, if that offends them, if that makes them want to bear up arms, then you're in your right at that moment to do whatever that's needed to stand on righteousness, to defend righteousness. There is rules to engagement, to battle, to war, to your everyday scenarios, to your everyday situations, to your everyday conversations. There are rules to engagement. Many don't choose to follow them. Many don't choose to acknowledge them, but there are rules of engagement. They tell you it's etiquette, or tell you whatever politically correct. Come up with a whole bunch of names to express that there's a etiquette, there's a rules of engagement. Let's go to Psalms 11. Verse 5 for Psalms 11 as well. And it says, the Most High seeks out the righteous man, but loathes the wicked one who loves injustice. See, there's so much injustice that's been done to us, and so many movies that have shown us these men and these women that take law into their own hands and get the justice. We get these images and these concepts of a Lone Ranger, bringing justice to the unjust situations outside of the law. We've been indoctrinated in so many ways to react to injustice with injustice. We've been trained to do it. It's indoctrinated. That's why I get angry. That's why I want to do things when I get, whether it's lawful or not. The Most High seeks out the righteous man, but loathes the wicked one who loves injustice. We have to get accustomed to being justice, to exacting justice, to exuding justice in all scenarios. That's why they say wise men are too old to let little things affect them. They've seen too many things to be riled up. They understand that by and by things change. That by and by you make a little move here, a little move there, things look a whole lot different 3 weeks, a month, 3 months later. It is the young, the youthful, the impetuous that has to see change right now, that has to let everybody know where they stand right now. One of my favorite rap groups, Outkast. I love when your boy Andre 3000 saying this song. I took my shirt off and said, who else wants something with Hollywood Court? We all want to rep, man or woman, at a young age on who we are. We always want to prove to people that we ain't this or we are that. An old man doesn't have that desire or concern. He's good with who he is. She's good. The old woman's good with who she is. She's come to a point where they are comfortable with and need not to prove anything to him. That's what wisdom in the scripture is supposed to give us youthful age. And we're taught this by the Most High and our parents and our school systems, our communities. If this was something that was inbred to us as a youthful age, then we wouldn't be so impetuous. We would understand that the Most High has our back, that patience is not just a virtue, it's a way of life. But I'm 51 and it's breaking the old dog out of hard habits, but I'm here to be broken for the Most High because he says he's with the brokenhearted. I just pray for his grace and mercy in my learning. So let's go to Isaiah 48:10. Isaiah chapter 48, verse 10. See, I refine you, but not as silver. I test you in a furnace of affliction. So here the Most High claims it. He claims that the trials and tribulations that we go through, whether no matter how small or how great, it is for his testing. He doesn't do it with gold and silver. He says, what he refine you as, but not as silver. He tests you as a furnace of affliction. And he says, verse 11, for my sake, my own sake, do I act, lest my name be dishonored. So a reassurance unto us that the Most High has us and is around us and has a hand in this because he hates wickedness, because his name is for righteousness. I see Brother Yuan's in the building. His whole being and existence is about righteousness. He created a righteous earth, created righteous Adam and Eve. We have profaned it. So the Most High says, I don't do these things for you. I trust not in man. As the Most High said in our last scripture, our last lesson on Shabbat, who is the Ancient of Days, that you trusting in man, you are cursed. So the Most High does not trust in us to get it right. He does it for his name's sake of righteousness, that righteousness does exist, that the Most High is here. So when you are brokenhearted, when you are going through trials and tribulations and you swear he's not there, just understand that he's absolutely there. He's absolutely there. These lessons are to remind me and inspire me, to calm me and to keep me on the right track. I pray it does the same for you guys. I pray that the Most High allows, as much as I screw up in my life, as much as I may make a wrong turn there and here, as much as I may not exude what you see in this hour to hour and a half that I speak to you guys in a scenario or situation in everyday life, I pray that the Most High, and I'm thankful that he allows me to speak his word. And I pray that the words he gives me, they are the ones that you need, because I need them. They're working for me. As I speak them to you, I am understanding them. But understanding is nothing if you don't apply. Understanding is nothing if you don't apply it. That's what they mean by faith without works. Faith is nothing but understanding. Applying it is the works. Only then, when those two things come together, are you victorious truly. Let's go to Habakkuk chapter 2. Before lamentation, you got to be absolute. Habakkuk, a small book, it hides from the sun. Sorry about the fumbling, guys. My bad. No, I was in the wrong section altogether. Forgive me. 13. All right. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4, and it reads, Lo, his spirit within him is puffed up, not upright, but the righteous man is rewarded with life for his fidelity. So the humility is the opposite of puffed up. So again, the Most High in these scriptures are giving us actual process of overcoming, the actual A, B, and C of overcoming. We start off with Proverbs chapter 12, verse 25, when it said, quash the anxieties in your mind. Then it said, speak positive. Then it said to not only speak positive, but to have a humble spirit in it, to know that the Most High has your back. Now we're in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4, and it says, don't be puffed up, to be humble, in the Most High, knowing that He's got your back, knowing that He's doing it for His name's sake, that He fights for righteousness. And if you are standing on righteousness, if you are sowing the seed, as I said, in your tears, as you are holding that seed back, He's fashioning you with the affliction in order for you to be what He needs you to be, the leaders of this new world, the watchmen, the holders of the scepter, Yahudah. We are being broken from being Christian, Islam, Judaism. This is from being do as thy wilt. It is a process to break ourselves from our own indoctrination since you knew anything, since you could recognize anything. They've been giving you sugar. They've been giving you lies in the school system. They've been giving you religion. If you think that you are just reading this book and then all of a sudden you are Gucci and you think that you got all the understanding, you truly need to be humble. You truly need a humble spirit. But the righteous man is rewarded with life for his fidelity, for his fortitude, for sticking and trusting in the Most High. Let's go to Proverbs 17:3. Chapter 73, and it reads, for silver is crucible, for gold the furnace. Most High tests the mind. So when the Most High tells you to quash the anxieties, where does anxieties come from? Where do they dwell? In your mind. So when the Most High is telling you first, be strong in the mind, because that is the beginning. He's testing you there. Your anxiety is there. And it's the thing that makes the decision with your heart, right? When the Most High says He's circumcising your heart, because your heart follows what your mind says, right? Squash that. And the Most High says here, He's testing you in your mind. So the victory should be had in the mind as well, right? I mean, as we just plotting it out, or as the mathematicians would say, exponentiating it out, right? If not being puffed up and being humble, and then it says in Proverbs 12:25 to quash the anxieties in the mind, and then Proverbs 17:3 says He tests you in the mind. So the victory must come there as well. So the victory is when you decide in your mind that the Most High has got my back. So the victory is when you decide in your mind that no matter what's going on around me, I'm not going to let my emotions and my flesh react to it. I've got the victory no matter what, and I'm going to speak that into existence. We don't always, we hear these self-help gurus and all these people and talking about speak it to existence. Yes, no weapon formed against. That's all words. This is the actual practical manner in doing this. I'm about to let you guys get out of here. Give me Psalms 97. I'm going to go to Psalms 97, verse 10. It says, "O you who love the Most High, hate evil. He guards the lives of His loyal ones, saving them from the hand of the wicked." We have been taught how to deal with hate in this world. We got song after song. We got Get Rich or Die Trying. We got Many Men. We got a lot of songs. Those are just the ones that popped in my head immediately. That tells us how to deal with our anger. There's, full psychologies and stereotypes set up behind the anger of the black man. Even though we've been the ones that have been beaten and enslaved and taken away from our families, emasculated every day under attack, but we the angry ones. That's why it was hard for me to understand these scriptures when I'm reading them and it's telling me how to win. But I'm like, but you don't understand the Most High. And the Most High says, but you don't understand, Kayel. Again, the battle's in the mind. Psalms 97, verse 10. O you who love the Most High, hate evil. He guards the lives of his loyal ones, saving them from the hand of the wicked. Verse 11, light is sown for the righteous. So when we read the other scripture where your tears and your bag of seeds that you're sowing, we're back here to sowing with the light. And it says, light is sown for the righteous, radiance for the upright. O you righteous, rejoice in the Most High and acclaim his holy name, Shaddai Ahaya. Let's go to our last one for the night, Psalms 84. I pray that these words have inspired you to continue to fight. I pray these words have shown you that you have the victory. I pray these words have shown you that the Most High is in the midst of this trial and tribulations that you're in, and that he's getting us ready as he's bringing forth these world prophecies to meet right up with his children that he's fashioned and ready to lead. Psalms 84, verse 4 through 7. Even the sparrow has found a home, and the swallow a nest for herself, in which to set her young. Near your altar, the Most High of hosts, my King and my Shaddai. Happy are those who dwell in your house. They forever Selah. Verse 6. Happy is who finds refuge in you, whose mind is on the pilgrimage. Highway, they put, but the pilgrimage. Verse 7. They passed through the valley of Baca, regarding it as a place of springs, as if the early rain had covered it with blessings of barakas. They go from rampart to rampart, appearing before the Most High in Zion. O Shaddai of the host, hear my prayers. Give ear, O Shaddai of Jacob, Selah. O Shaddai Ahaya, behold our shield. Look upon the face of your anointed. Remember, anointed means Christ, Messiah, crown. We are asking that the Most High look upon us, that we exude that oil, as I stated earlier, that we exude that anointing, that we exude his word with understanding. It says a knowledgeable man speaks sparingly, but a knowledgeable man speaks of the positive, the conquering, the victory through his creator, because he is humble enough to understand that it is not through his hand that he gets the victory, and that only his hand can mess it up, can be the wrench that into the spoke. It can be the issue, and that we are every day trying to get closer to him to win the victory in our mind, to trust in him, to know how to battle with him, to learn how to take this sword and use it for our victory. That's the test. To unlearn to unlearn the way the world taught us how to fight, and learn how to fight the way the Most High will give us the victory. All praise unto the Most High. See you guys on Wednesday for cultural appropriation. All praises. I pray that the Most High gives y'all the strength to overcome. I pray that you guys pray to give me and my family the power and the strength to overcome. And mostly I'm praying that you know that you got the victory in your mind. I pray that we understand that we have the victory as long as we accept it and put the work in. Put your head down and be humble. All praises unto the Most High, man. I will see you again, like I said, on Wednesday night. Praises unto the Most High, man. Me shalom.